Tomorrow marks the start of Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and organizers with the Nashville Coalition Against Domestic Violence are remembering the many local victims in a special way this weekend. Assistant DA Ronald Dowdy and Victim Witness Coordinator Susan Tucker-Smith joining us now to talk more about tomorrow's event. Good morning to you both, and thank you for being here for this. It's a very somber topic to talk about for sure. I wanted to start by asking you, Ron, to kind of help us understand how often these cases of domestic violence are happening here in the Nashville community.
So here in Nashville, with the Metro Nashville Police Department are getting calls on domestic violence cases about once every 20 minutes.
Wow.
To date, we've had about 15,000 reports to the police. Now, obviously, one is too many. That number is slightly down from last year, which was up from the year before.
Okay.
So we're doing a little bit better, but we've had way too many cases that are being reported, too many instances of domestic violence here in Nashville. And
we see those statistics and they're jarring, but Susan, these are people's lives. When you look at the individuals and look at the victims, tell us a little bit more about Meet Us at the Bridge. We have some beautiful flowers here that you say are a part of the event. Tell us how the importance of this.
Sure. Well, this event is put on every year during Domestic Violence Awareness Month. This is our 18th annual event. And there are two parts to the event. Number one, we recognize good work here in Nashville. We're really lucky in Nashville to have wonderful resources and organizations working against domestic violence and working towards having people be safe in their homes. And the second part of the event is to remember the lives that we have lost this year to domestic violence. And there are 14 victims, 14 families who will be at the event tomorrow to remember their loved one and toss a rose into the Cumberland River in honor of their loved one.
Why is it so important to have an event like this and to show support for these victims and their families?
It's important to continue to remind the community that domestic violence happens. It's happening every day, and you might not see it on the news, and you might not talk about it at your workplace or at your church or in your neighborhood, but it's happening every single day, every minute here in Nashville.
Right.
And so we need to let people know about this and know that there are people at the DA's office, at the Family Safety Center, the Office of Family Safety. We have wonderful safe houses and shelters here in town. There are places that people can go for help.
Ron, expand a little bit about your work at the DA's office overall with trying to get convictions for these abusers and trying to really curb domestic violence in Nashville.
So at the District Attorney's Office, our team takes a victim-centered approach to prosecution. We have a team of 8 attorneys, 10 victim witness coordinators, 2 prosecution support investigators. We really try to work to make sure that we are able to help victims when their case comes to our office to get them the results that they want. And sometimes, even if a victim is too traumatized or too caught in the system, the cycle of violence, to realize that they need to get out, we still want to make sure that we can give them the resources and or the prosecution if necessary to make sure that we can maybe break it up. But one of the things that I want people to realize is that our goal is not solely incarceration. We seek many alternatives to incarceration. We are not here to break up families. We are here to break up the cycle of violence.
Well, thank you both so much for being here and for the important work that you're doing in the community. Truly, truly invaluable. And folks, again, for the information on the event, it's on your screen right now. It's going to be happening tomorrow starting at 9 a.m. We're going to also have these details on our website as well as information on resources at WKRN.com. Just look for the Newsmaker tab.